This Sunday on March 7th, our service is entitled "And the Last Shall Be First," introducing a sermon series on the 7 principles of Unitarian Universalism, starting at the end. It's also our Communion Sunday, and in keeping with our radical hospitality perspective, we have a completely open communion table, and you are invited to bring some stand-in for the bread and the wine that allows us to take that meal together. The 7th principle of Unitarian Universalism: we affirm and promote respect for the interdependent web of existence of which we are a part, may be the most explicitly theological principle. When the Unitarians and the Universalists joined together in the early 1960s, they already had much in common, except, ironically, theologically. When they dealt with practical matters, the first 6 principles were agreed upon at the outset of the newly united denomination. But the 7th principle wasn't adopted until more than 20 years later, in 1985. By then, a lot of people within Unitarian Universalism had gotten used to defining themselves primarily by what they were not. That's a hard place from which to build a movement. The 7th principle allowed Universalists and Unitarians and Unitarian Universalists and humanists and pagans and UU hyphens, UU Christians, UU Buddhists, UU Hindus, to claim positive theological space that unified them. No matter how many different ways the interdependent web gets experienced, as spirit of life or oneness of all, from emergent co-creative evolution to that essence of something larger than ourselves, to community in action, to God. It's an invitation to see ourselves in connection to others, to our world and its creatures over vast eons of geological time, to one another with a sense of responsibility and obligation, and to the sacred that surrounds us. Some questions we'll be exploring on Sunday. How does an active commitment to this 7th principle help us to better understand our collective faith? Where does it find commonality with our church's UCC identity? And why would I want to start a series of 7 with the last one anyway? Join us on Sunday to find out.